Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, August 7th, 2019, Central Standard Time. So if you're, it's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're watching this at any other time, just know that you are watching a recording and that we are no longer live. So I see we already have 7 people. Well, it dropped down to 5. And I already got a couple of you that already have hit that thumbs up button. So thank you so much. So we'll be waiting till 7 for other people to come in. See if more light will help. I'm in a different spot today. I don't know. Let me pull this up also on my cell phone. Hi, everybody. So we've got about 1 more minute or less than a minute before we can start. See what time it is. Yeah. So we're right at 7. So welcome everybody to the live chat. And I'm trying to watch as things are coming up on the screen there. Today I really don't have an agenda. I've been so busy all week. I've been actually working in this room, although it's still a lot of stuff here. I couldn't even get in this room at first, so I've been doing a lot of that, and I'll show you some of it in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the chat box. First in the chat box tonight is Pamela Tabor. She says, good evening, everyone. Eating dinner while waiting. And she says she'll be right back. She had to go get more cornbread. Diane 57 out of Houston is here saying good evening. Hi, Diane. And we've got Susan Martin. She says, smiling and waving from Florida. Hi, Susan. June Billings says hi to everyone. Hi, June. Wind Sprinter says hello from Maryland. Susan Glenn says good evening, y'all, from Cincinnati. Teajuana Montreal says good evening, all. Darlene Farmer says greetings from Northern Virginia. And we've got Claudette Bettis here. She says hi, T, and everyone. Hi, Claudette. Debbie Huey is here saying hey, twin. Hi, Debbie. And Alice Mitchell Price is here. She says, hi, everyone. Just on for a bit. Joan Elkins says, hi, T. Hi, everyone. Just figured out how to set you up on my TV. All right. My husband, he watches YouTube on the Roku. And it takes up so much juice, I have to make him get off every time I get on. Dewana says, T, can I still send the blocks? Yes, you can. You've got till August 22nd to send the blocks because I started late. I was trying to do like 1 month. I was hoping to have that video up earlier, but it didn't happen. So you've actually got to August 22nd to send blocks. Monica Puka says, hi, everybody. Hello, T from Brazil. Oh, welcome, Monica. Nice for you to join us. Janet Mackerel says, hi, everyone. Carolyn Bowser is here. She says, hi, T and everyone. Hi, Carolyn. See, LC says hello to you and everyone from Southern California. Trisha Hera Tello says hi T. Hi everyone from Southern California. Hope everyone is doing well. Rose Cooper is here. Says hello from South Florida. Eric Oda is here. Early, on time. Hey Eric. Rhonda Barlow says hello everyone. Judy is here. She says hello everyone. Trey Manor Young is here. Says hi T and T Quilters. Demario says hi Miss T. Tell him I said hi. And Maria Mayer says hi everyone from hot Houston. Bonita Nance is here. Says hi Miss T and everyone. Hi Bonita. And we've got Darlene Former says, T, what kind of pen should I use to sign my churn dash? It's ready to go. I'm in a different room. Let me see if I got, it's like a Sakura pen, but let me see if I got a different one here that I would use. I haven't been reading comments or anything like that. I've been so busy in this room that has been driving me absolutely nuts. I'd fix one part of the room and then my shelf would break. Or something else would happen and I have to start back over. I did that about twice. I had to like do one area 3 times. But this is a Pigma Micron pen. This is my favorite pen. And you can see the name of it is Archival Ink. Micron. And let me see if it's got the name on it. I can see up close. Sakura. The name is right up under here. Sakura Micron Pen 03. And the reason why I don't use what's the name of these pens? I'm blocking. You all know what these are. Sharpies. It's because as you wash the Sharpies, I find that some colors, it comes out. So I just prefer to get something that I know it's going to stay. I used to do my labels with these. You can get these. This is point size 03. I prefer point size 05 when I'm just writing, signing my name. And you can get these in colors. You can also get them in black. You can buy them on Amazon. And you can get like a pack of the same size, or you can get a pack of different sizes. They've got so many different sizes. So I just showed you a black here, or maybe a red. Hold on, let me see what color this is. Yeah, that's a black, sorry. And they even have them in brush. So this is a black brush marker, and I just happened to pull some out. So this is brush also, but you see the tip on the end lets you know that it's a different color. So I would use any of these, and there are some other fabric marking pens that will work, but as long as it's a permanent fabric marking pen. But these are the ones I happen to be using the most. Never a Sharpie. Okay. And also, thanks, Darlene, for making a block. I appreciate that. Pamela says, I'm digging the blue and yellow quilt behind you. That's a quilt pattern behind me is a yellow brick road pattern. Linda DeVito is here. She says, hi, T. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. Welcome from Rockaway, New Jersey. I sure did. And thank you, Linda. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. And Eric says that he loves a spiderweb quilt on a design wall. I do have a tutorial coming up with that. You weren't really supposed to be seeing that. I should be like turning you back this way. Got Helen Thomas here. She says, hello, Tiana all from San Antonio. The quilt over your shoulder, your right shoulder, is just beautiful. What is it called? I already said it's called the Yellow Brick Road. And then Eric says, hey, T, I didn't forget about the quilt. Now that I am somewhat settled in a new place, I should get her done. And it's no rush about it, Eric. Whenever you get a chance, it's charity work. Judy Smith is here. It says, hi, Tan, everyone. Hi, Judy. Welcome to chat. Disinfectant spray says, those pens are popular with orders. It doesn't bleed with paint or markers. No, it doesn't. And that's one of the reasons why I like them. I used to color a lot. That's why I have a lot of the brush markers. I actually used to do those trace labels, and then I would color in different areas with them. Mrs. J.A. Coleman is here. Says, hello, T and all. Welcome to chat. And and disinfectant spray says she's from Northern California. And Pamela says, I'm hanging in there at Diane 57. All right. So, what have I been doing in a week? I've been actually cleaning my room and finding stuff that I had lost and buried. My room had got so bad that I couldn't even sew in here at all. It was that bad. I had something that fell, and then after the avalanche, of course, I didn't have time to pick it up, so I would just go ahead and keep stepping over it and not picking it up. And then eventually the stuff just got to be way too much. So I decided that this past week, I started on Thursday, and I actually pulled all of this stuff out. Not pull it all out. Like each section, I have gone into this room and I pull stuff out. I've sorted, I'm just going to guess because it's so much stuff, and I'm going to say I've sorted maybe about 60 or 70% of stuff. There are some containers and stuff that I still need to sort. So it's still an ongoing process. But it's at least clean enough for me to use it, which is probably all it's going to get at this point. So I tend to make my room so that I can use it, and then I kind of quit. So one of the big things that I did was, and I'm going to switch this camera around so you'll be seeing the back side, and then it's going to get a little jerky because I'm going to actually pick it up. So I changed out the entertainment center that is sort of kind of facing me here. So let me switch the camera and show you that. I even took some threads off of that empty thread spool, and I got them in a container that's up high. But I actually just went to IKEA and purchased a new system because the entertainment system really wasn't conducive for storage. And then this was a whole issue in itself because I have one of these. It's actually what they're used for their closet organizer. And I've never had a problem with it. I don't know if they've changed the way it's made, but I had difficulty with this one. And the shelf where my television is crashed. So I went to the store. You can see on the shelf above the TV to the far right or left, you can see the shelf above. You can see those little white things. Those are plastic. And you have a screw in there that holds it together. On the bottom shelf, what the TV is sitting on, I ended up changing those to metal. I changed it on that shelf and the second shelf that has the rest of the entertainment system. So that helped a lot. And then I went to Tuesday morning and I bought a lot of these boxes. And those are where my pre-cuts are stored. On the top shelf to the left, I got in the far back, I've got a box with 2.5-inch pre-cut squares. And then I've got my layer cakes in front. In the middle row, I think it's jelly rolls in the middle where that white book is on top, and then there's also some of those Moda scrap strips. I got a container of those. And then on the second shelf, I've got 2 boxes of charm squares, 5-inch charm squares. And then the second box on this shelf in the far back on my right, I don't know what it is on yours, is a box of all of my pre-cut jelly rolls, more jelly rolls, and then some more jelly rolls in the middle that didn't fit in the box. And then I've got some specialty fabrics that I didn't want to lose, so I just laid them on the shelf. Those baskets on this shelf, I made all of those. So those were fun, those rope baskets. And then I added the container with the fabric scraps. Those were given to me by somebody else. On the entertainment shelf, I just added some decorative items there. And then entertainment system, that's some of the stuff behind the photo that I have not gone through. It's a bucket of stuff, and I think it's another bucket of stuff behind it. And then this shelf here, I just kind of put stuff on the shelf to my left, where the black cases are with the blue box with the hearts. That's all my hand work. And then behind that are like yo-yos and some English paper piecing stuff. So all hand projects. And then more stuff on those shelves that I need to go through. The nice thing that I did was this was stored in my other room. And I was able to bring up my long Teaquilt dies that wouldn't fit in my long arm room. Most of my long arm dies, most of my cutting dies are located in my long arm room, but these are the long ones, or the jumbo big size ones that don't fit on those shelving units. So I was able to bring all of those up, and you can still see on a couple of them where I haven't even opened them. But so that's what I changed out. And I'll just show you, I still got these containers here that I'm not happy with. So I may switch that to something else, and I'm not sure what it's going to be. It would have to be on wheels because it's blocking this closet door, which is where I store, and it's a mess too, but I store batiks, African, stripes, and Asian fabrics in there, trying to make sure I get it all right. This stack here is fabric that I found in the room that don't belong to any projects that need to be put up in the box up. And then containers where I have kits and fat quarter packs, and then things that I were giving as gifts that are fabric related. And then let me just show you this one last side here. So this is just my door here. This is the bag that Claudette made me last year. It's got like some accessories that go with it too. And I've had people ask me about how this stabilizer holder is made. I will not be doing a video on that because I don't need another one of these. But basically you just make this back piece here where you see the butterflies. That's one long piece. So you make it as long as you want, and it's just like doing a flip and sew with some stabilizer in the middle. And I would use stabilizer on this so it'll be a little thicker. And then you just put some hanging tabs up at the top out of it. So before you flip it and sew all the way around, make sure you put some hanging tabs on it. And then these pieces here, they're just sewn pieces of fabric together. And I used, I think my friend made this one. I didn't make this one. I got another one that I made. But we had home deck fabric, and we just serged the ends of it, sewed them all together into a strip, and then just made those our intersections. But you can just make anything your intersection, and we just put a, whoops, it turned back to me. Let me turn you back again. Okay, so like these bags are just free floating, so you're just sewing these bags down by top stitching. We didn't even finish the edges because this was just a quick and dirty one. So then you can just put your bags where you want them based on how long your fabric pieces are. Okay, over here is where I'm still working. I have a mess. I have not gone through any of this stuff. I have all of my light fabrics in here, and these two drawers are filled, so I need to find something else. because this container here on top is more light scraps. And I have been getting like scraps from friends. So that's another reason that my room kind of got out of control. Down here with these bags on top, I just laid those on top temporarily. But this is my t-shirt quilt projects, the ones that I'm working on, which is the cardinal quilt right now. I got to do 2 of those, one for me and one for a friend. This here is fat quarter packs that I didn't have room for in the container, so they're just still in there for right now. So it's getting better. Here's the design wall you all want to look at. So it's getting better. It's just still a lot of work. I got too much stuff. And I even went through the containers up here and took out some that I wasn't going to be doing anything with soon. And I still tried to keep all of them that were matching, sort of, kind of, because then I put some up here just to do this video because I'm still kind of sorting. I just can't believe how much time it takes. And then let me show you one more thing. I forgot to show you how I'm hanging my hoops. I used those command hooks before. Of course, my phone is going to ring. But right here, I'm using one of a hook holder by Smart Needles, and it holds 3 hooks. And when I had the command hooks, I had to kind of nest them in because of them. I didn't have as much space. So I'm going to hang one more of those to the right for my smaller hoops, the 5x7, the 6x6, and the 4x4. I never use the monogram hoop. I just go ahead and use my 4x4. So I never even bother with that one. So, and then let me just go ahead and show you that I went through these shelves, and even though I've still got some stuff up there, I just put that up there because I was trying to get some space to videotape. So, like I said, it's still a work in progress. It's getting better. And, yeah, a lot of work, and I've had setbacks with stuff crashing, and as soon as I think I got one spot done, and then I come back in here and the shelf fell, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I put the shelf back together, got all my cords going through the back, plug in the my CD player and my clock, and they wouldn't work. But I haven't used them in years, you know. So, yeah, it didn't work. So, I'm working on that kind of stuff. So, let me go ahead. Oh, let me tell you what that hoop holder is first. I bought it at the quilt show in Riverbend in Illinois. I went to a quilt show a couple of weeks ago. And it's by Smart Needle. And if you don't know anything about Smart Needle, it's an embroidery business. And I bought or have a lot of their embroidery. And their website is www.smartneedle.com. All one word. Here's the name of their company down here. So it's just www.smartneedle.com. And this is the hoop holder. And it holds your embroidery hoop. So what you actually do is through this hole, they give you in the packaging this type of screw so that you can, if you're bolting directly into drywall, they give you this. And then this would be inside of your drywall. And then you actually put this screw in, and because I've got it in the pack, you can't see it, and then it would actually be going into this through your drywall, and you just screw this into your drywall. And then it says on the packaging that it holds up to 3 hoops, so I got 3 hoops in there. I did it yesterday, and I did not use this part because I just nailed it right into the shelving unit, and so all I used was just this screw. No, I didn't even use this screw. That's why I got these. I didn't use them because I just used a regular screw, and I only had a regular nail because I wasn't screwing anything in. I was just nailing, and I just nailed right through that. And I do like that they just go up and lock, and it may not work on here, and then that actually holds your hoop. And it doesn't come out. It's just got enough space in there to hold it. So if you ever are interested in that, you can check that out. I don't know what the price is. She's got the price on here of $19.99. $19.99, so $20. But for that price, she gave me two. So I'm not sure what the actual real price of these are, or if I was overcharged or undercharged. I just know that I needed something because even though I like my hooks, I just had so many hoops between two sewing machines as well. And I even decided to put up my hoops for my Elagio because I don't use it for embroidery that often. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. And now I'm going to go put this fan on high. Woo! When I cut on these lights, boy, it gets serious in here. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up. Next, I'll open up the blocks, but let me just make sure there aren't any other questions because I can't pay attention to the screen and record at the same time. Let's see. Helen says, so glad your birthday was great. I like the spider web quilt. Looking forward to that tutorial. Cherise is here. She says, hello, everyone. Hi, Cherise. And Trey says, with the nested churn dash block, what size is the tiny block in the center? I'm having a little trouble. It's whatever your center is. So if you're making a 12-inch block and your churn dash is 3, because it's different, because it could be a elongated churn dash, but if you're making a traditional block that's like a 9-patch, then your center on a 12-inch block, so all of your columns are going to be 4 inches. So that means that the center square must equal to that 4 inches. So it's whatever measurements that you're using. So it's going to be different every time. So you're kind of just making a smaller one. My brother is here. He says, hey sis, I'm here. Hi everyone. Hi, welcome. Got to see him over the weekend. And Eric says, what am I watching? Right now that television is on Lifetime. And I try to remember anytime I'm recording to cut the volume down. I'm one of those people that don't really watch television. It's just more of a noise box. June says she had to go. Cherie says, you're more organized than I am right now. I have to get it together before the school year starts. Well, that's really soon. Okay. What's on that channel is, what's on television on 29, which is channel Lifetime for me in St. Louis area is, let me see, as I just came in this room. It's Dr. Pimple Popper. She was really popular on YouTube, and then she ended up getting her own television show from doing pops on YouTube. So that's what's on the screen. I have not been watching it though. So Cherie says, you're okay. I think I read hers. And Dewana already knows. She says, Dr. Pimple Popper. I watch her too, laughing out loud. I watch her sometimes, but I just came into this room, so I wasn't even watching today. She must have come on at 7. Don Hennis Krogel is here. She says, hi, T. Love watching you. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. I see your popcorn stash. What popcorn stash? Oh, that's just a box. I'm like, what popcorn stash? I'll use any box when I'm like doing sorting and stuff like that. And I actually have a project that I need to work on next in that box. So I know what's in it. I just need to go through it and clean it all out. And disinfectant spray says that Mario game gonna be worth some money. You know, I finally, I only play it like once or twice a year. And so yesterday I was so tired from all the stuff I had to do that I actually sat down and played some games on it yesterday. Didn't play long, but I played some. And it is going to be an antique because it's a Mario Nintendo 64. It's really old. They don't make anything for that anymore. And Don says, yes, my daughter has the same wonky, colorful shelving drawers. Can't hold anything over 8 ounces. And you're right. And all I have in there, I have like, mostly it's just pre-cut pieces from my Teaquilt dies in one. And then the other ones might be holding some projects like pieces that haven't been gotten to the point where I can put them up as quilt blocks or tops. So it's not like super heavy stuff in most of them, but they just don't cooperate. And then Disinfectant Space says, I've gotten most of my furniture storage from Goodwill. Amazing what people donate. Vicki Lemire is here. Just made a picture of iced tea. And Cherie says, hey, I made something like that in my bathroom to hold surplus toilet paper. I had to move it from the floor basket. I got boys at home, enough said. Yeah, I had one of those I used to use in my bathroom too. It was a lot more complicated to make, and that's why we figured out how to make them like that. Don't have to worry about, because the one with the toilet paper was all one piece, and you had to strategically flip up each side in order to make sure that your toilet paper fit and or that it wasn't too big. So we just figured out a quick way to make those. So T, you have room to go. No, I don't. I keep saying I don't need to bring another thing in here, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Disinfectant spray said, I will put shelving up all the way to the ceiling on one wall. And I have been thinking about taking the thread and stuff off, but when I am machine embroidering, I do use the thread a lot because I do know that the thread is taking up space. And then I hardly ever use the ribbons. I was at one point, and I really need to probably revamp this wall that's behind me that I'm actually pointing at. But that for another day. I think my husband's about tired of me. So I'm hoping. Okay. Cherie says, if I had a room like yours, T, I don't think my family would see me often, laughing out loud. When I had my daughter and my stepdaughter, when they were here, I would always put everything in the oven when I baked and just put it on a timer for me to go stir. And so I was in here a lot. But I still got to see my family. I just happened to have one of those families too that they didn't like sitting down for a meal every day. And so I had to make them just do Sunday. That was my compromise. On Sundays, we'd eat dinner together. They kind of like eating in front of the television. So I'm like, okay, I can go in my room and sew. Okay. I'm sure I'm probably missing something. Don says, I so love your purple shirt with gold lettering. Do you sell those? She says, extra large. Yes, I do. I think this one is $26. I'm not 26. It's $16 plus like $8 to mail it. So, like, my math is totally messed up. Is that $24? You can either CashApp me at Teaquilts, or you can send it through PayPal at Teaquilts.com, and I can make you one, Don. Let me write it down because I won't remember otherwise. But I don't have your contact information, so you'll have to contact me in order for me to make it. But I'll write it down. And my email is teaquilts@teaquilts.com. Of course, I pulled out a pen that's not working. So, see, I put everything up. Nothing's laying down anymore. This shirt is Teaquilts Metallic. And for the size X large is 16 plus 8 for shipping. So that's 24 done. So I've written that down. So you can email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. And thanks, Diane. I'm always behind in the comments. Cherie says, look like the hoop holder, but I only have one hoop. And I don't know why she told me 2 came in a pack. I don't know if they cost $10 originally and she doubled it for 20, or if they're $20 a piece and she was just trying to get rid of them and I got 2. I have no idea. Let me put my email address in here. Because I see people were putting it, but that's not it. So I'll put my email address down on the bottom for you, Don. Where are we? I was saying my email address was wrong, trying to clean that up. Michelle Power is here. Hi, welcome to chat. Leetta Bryan is here. She says, hi, Tia. I'm in the process of reorganizing my workspace. It does take time. Yes, it does. And when you finish it, Leetta, let me videotape it while it's clean for a day. She says, Diane says her show can get really gross. Oh, she's talking about Dr. Pimple Popper. I'm like, what is she talking about? See how far behind I am in the comments? Kathy Virgie says, hi T. I recently reorganized my stash by color into plastic tubes. My problem is I forget what's in the tubes. Any suggestions? I had a friend, or Francesca, who's also, I met through Teaquilts on YouTube, and she takes a color picture of the top of the bucket. So she has all of her fabric kind of in one layer. And she takes a picture of the top of the bucket and then she puts it on the outside and she can see every piece of fabric that's in there. So if you want to just take a picture of the top, if you can't see it all, then that's a way you can do it, and then just tape that on the outside of your container. At least you'll know which colors are in there. Or if you just don't want to take pictures, it's so easy to take pictures now that we've got phones and we can print directly to our printers. But if that's too much work, then you're just going to have to make labels that you can read. I would put labels on 2 sides if I'm stacking them. I would put on one short side and one long side. And then that way when you have them stacked, you'll know what's in each container. If you just want to write it on a piece of paper. Yeah, I think so. Somebody's still asking about the yellow brick road pattern. If you just Google that, it's been a popular pattern now. That quilt is super old, and I think that pattern is still being sold because it's so popular. But it works very well. It was one of the first patterns that came out that actually utilized fat quarters. So Disinfectant Spray says, I've noticed that a lot of clothes worn back in the day are coming back in style. I love the wide leg pants. Cherie says, with Dr. Pimple Popper, you can't unsee what you've just seen. Can't get it out of your visual. There needs to be more quilting shows. Exactly. And we need to have a quilting show in the evening, not just one that come on during the daytime. They come on our PBS here, but they come on at 5 a.m. and 11 a.m. At 5 a.m., I'm just going to bed most days, and 11, I sleep right through that, so I never get to see him. Eric says I need a she shed. Yes, I do. I need a whole house just for quilting. I'm trying to get down through here. Yeah, so Helen says thumbs up on your room. Thank you so much, Helen. So she's telling everybody to hit that thumbs up button. And I am going to be showing you these blocks in just a minute. I'm trying to get through some of these comments. If I miss something, just redo it again. And Dawn says she'll send prepaid. Okay. And you can do that. You can just use my mailing address, send me a check, or however you want to put it. Some people have sent me cash in the mail. I don't do that very often, but sometimes I find it may be necessary. But you can do that as well. Debbie Huey says, I'm working on a Christmas table topper that I'm presenting in September. Okay. For the Guild or for the Guild meeting, or are you doing this for the quilt show, Debbie? I think somebody else asked you. Eric just asked. Yes, we're having a quilt gifts meeting. I decided to present. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. I didn't volunteer this time because I've got Flea for All this month at our Guild. Flea for All is when we bring quilt related items and we have like our own indoor little garage table sale. You just you label all your stuff with your name and or initials, put your price, and then people decide if they want it or not. And then we have a group of people that do the tallying, and then at the end we take all of your sticker or price tags off and put them onto an envelope, and then we give you your money back at the end. So it's like you do a garage sale without having to do all the work of doing all the money counting and tallying yourself. You do have to get your stuff ready to sell though. So yeah. I'm just gonna, let's see. Joan Elkin says, I decided I had to use up my scraps, made a huge pad for my sewing machine with pockets, and then looked up and the scrap stack was twice as big. Exactly. It's like we fluff them up and they look ginormous. Okay, I'm just going to stop here for a minute and go ahead and open these blocks because I know some people are only interested in those. Number 15, number 14, can't skip. We stopped at 13 last time. Again, they're not opened. I went to the post office today, picked everything up. This one is from Cleveland, Ohio. And has a card in it. It says, hello T, happy belated birthday. I enjoy watching your channel and I've learned a lot from you. Looking forward to seeing the finished quilt. Best wishes, Pat Gillum of Cleveland, Ohio. Well, thank you, Pat. And she has her block in a baggie. It's got some pretty colors. She got her name on here really nice. Very pretty churn dash block. Look like it's some Asian fabric. So I'm going to use this little design board we got from Retreat just to show you the blocks. But aren't those colors pretty? Just gorgeous. Thank you so much for the pretty block. And this one is from Gwen Clark out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So 2 of them out of Ohio at the start. She has a card, beautiful sunflower. Says, Sunshine, sunbeams, sunny smiles, golden memories. May all things warm and wonderful light up your special day, Gwen Clark. Well, thank you. Her quilt's in a baggie as well. And we put it on the board. Another pretty block. And she did what's pretty block. Love the batik. Then you've got the variation in the batik. It's really cool. But what I really love is that sometimes our ancestors, when they didn't have pieces of fabric big enough, they just sewed smaller pieces together until they had it big enough to use in the space that they were wanting to fill. So I like that as well. And she signed her block as well. Thank you so much, Gwen. And I have 5 or 6 of them. I didn't count. We go up to 19. So I think that's 6. Next one I'm opening up says Loveless out of Duggar, Indiana. Has another pretty card on here. She says, your birthday is your day to enjoy. It's your day to take a break from all things you have to do and enjoy what makes you happiest, because today, all day, is for you. Happy birthday. Thank you for all that you do all year long. I appreciate your videos and instructions. You're a very happy, positive person. Sincerely, Deborah Loveless. Well, thank you, Deborah. And she's got her block. I see her signature on it. I'm so glad you all are signing them. Very pretty. So she did a reverse block where I consider the light to be the churn dash. Very pretty. Isn't that pretty cool? So instead of having the white as the background, she did the white as the actual churn dash, which is really awesome. So thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. The next one is from Joan Elkins. She was here and had to leave. Uh-oh, we've got tape on the edges here, so I'm going to have to tear this one. And I still even got a huge trash bag back here because my little sewing trash bag wasn't working. So Joan is out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. So Joan had an envelope that she folded in half. And it has a card inside. She says, thanks you very much. T, thank you for encouraging us to push those boundaries in every way possible. Thank you for taking your time to show us what you have learned and helping us to make it happen in our world. May your birthday month be the best ever. Joan Elkins. Thank you, Joan. I'm sure she'll come back and watch the upload. And she has a churn dash. I think somebody was asking how can they put a smaller churn dash into another block, and Joan didn't put a churn dash in the middle. She actually used a pinwheel block, and then she signed her information on the pinwheel block. So here's her beautiful block. And again, you can put anything you want in the center. I do like how she left some kind of a blue border around so that it was in there. And it doesn't have to be perfect, which this one isn't, but I love it. I love the cattywampness of it. And beautiful, beautiful coloring. I love this teal and purple. They're two of my favorite color combinations. So very nice. Love it. Thank you so much, Joan. So if this was, I don't know what her measurements are. I'm going to just assume that this is a 12-inch block. This section in here needs to be 4 inches finished. So 4 1/2 inch unfinished If you were trying to do something with another smaller churn dash in the middle, that means you would make a churn dash with 4 inches in the middle. Very nice block. And I know you all are giving me, or I'm seeing stuff rolling up, but I just want to get through and open these. Most of the time my face is covered from the screen, so I can't see your comments anyway. This one is from Rose Walls out of Clinton, Indiana. So she has some stabilizing board to keep her priority packaging from being bent, front and back. Oh, it's got 3 pieces, so let me, wow. Okay, so she's been listening to me. Some of you all really pay attention. This is, let me put this on the board so the fan doesn't blow it. It's just a piece of text fabric. This past year, I've been into buying fabrics that have text on it for some strange reason. Haven't used a whole lot, but I know I like it. And so she's got a piece of fabric that has all kind of words. It's pretty cool. I don't know if they are, it's like stash accumulation, so they're all quilting related terms or acronyms. That's pretty cool. So thank you so much for that, Rose. And then she has a churn dash block. Very pretty colors again. I love stuff like this because although I have pastel fabrics, when I make my quilts, they do not turn out to be pastels. So here's her block. It's just gorgeous. Very spring-like. And I'm trying to peek around the side so I can make sure that it's showing in the screen. Very nice block, Rose. Thank you so much. So I'll put this block back here. And she has something else in here. She says, a BAB. Big ass block for the back of your BAQ. Well, thank you, Rose. This is pretty cool. And she signed it as well. So let me just show you the center of this. She says, happy birthday, T. Rose Walls, Indiana, July 2019. So this is her center block. And what she did, which is really cool, is that she made this part of the backing for the quilt. So that's pretty cool. So I just can go around with my other fabrics and make a backing. Thank you so much. That is really cool. And it's got text. I don't know if you all picked that up, but it's got a light gray text print on it. Way cool. And I love the brightness on this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so nice and sweet of you. I appreciate that. And I'll add this text fabric in. Either I will make a block at some point, so maybe I'll make a block with it. So I'm trying to, I better put everything over there. I'm running out of space. So let me just sit that on the counter back there and not the floor, because I don't want to toss anything to the floor right now. And then the last block is from Peggy O'Connor. She's out of St. Louis. She's in my Large Quilt Guild with Debbie and I. She's also in my Scrap Quilting Club with Debbie and I. So that was really sweet of Peggy to mail a block when she sees me all the time. That's really sweet. And she says, hi T, happy birthday month. Encloses a scrappy churn dash made especially for you. She has a heart on it. She says, thank you for all you do to further quilting on YouTube and in our groups. You are very appreciated. Love, Peggy. Why, thank you, Peggy. Wow, just beautiful. Try to make sure I get this right side up. Oh my goodness, I just seen that the fabric she got in the center. It's really cute. Very nice. Still got a piece of it that's not flat. Okay. So look at that center fabric first. That is way cool. And then this is her block, all scrappy. She's got her backgrounds is a solid print. This is the same in all four. But then it's really cool how she made the scrappy sashings. I don't think I have seen anything like that if the whole thing wasn't made out of crumb. So that was very creative, Peggy. Thank you so much. You know I love scrap quilts. And that's a scrappy churn dash for you. So thank you so much. And for those of you that don't know, I'm having or trying in the process of scheduling a retreat for June 2020. That's the anticipated dates. If I can get in business to accept the dates, I'm trying to go for the third weekend in June. And I just wanted to let Claudette know that I got your head count payment. I'm asking for a head count payment of $25 so that I can know how many people, because each of these organizations have different spaces that house different numbers of people. And so I need to know how many people so that they can know how to bill us. And so once I get that head count and I give them that number, then I'm kind of stuck with that number. So what I was doing was, I know I don't have any fees, and that's because the people can't give me fees until, okay, if I go to some of the smaller ones, then yes, I know what the fee will be. But if I get more than 8 people, then I need to move to a different place. And so those other places require me to have a true head count, because once they make a contract for that size, then that's what I would be obligated to pay for. And so I want to make sure that I'm having enough people attend. Last time I had people say that they were going to attend, and I reserved a space for 30 people, and then we only had 7 people, including myself, show up. So really 6 people, and 2 of those people were friends that I had go. So really it was only 4 people from YouTube that came. Although we had a great time, and I am glad that I did it anyway. We had a wonderful time. And even Claudette, she came last year, last year, because I didn't have one this year. I do it every other year if I'm going to do it. And we had a great time. She enjoyed herself, and she's the first one to send her head count money in. So you can tell that she had a great time if she's going back again. So if you didn't see or want to know what we did at retreat, you can go back and look at the previous videos. I'm not sure, based on the number of people that attend, if you will get all of those same gifts again, because I wanted to do something special for my first retreat. So I did a lot of gift things, and we did a lot of projects that I provided most of the materials for. So I'm not sure if I'll go that far again, but who knows? I can't tell you what you're going to be paying for yet until I know what a head count is and how we're doing that. So if you're interested in going to retreat the third weekend in June, that's my anticipated date. Please send a $25 head count fee. If and when I get a contract, and if that date doesn't work for you before I sign that contract, you can get your $25 fee back. You can pay that. I don't recommend paying it through PayPal, because PayPal take fees out of that money, and that money does not go to me. It's actually going to these organizations. So I don't recommend PayPal unless you're going to send it as a friend, because then they don't take fees out. Otherwise, send your money through CashApp, and or you can mail it to me. In my Facebook group, Teaquilts on Facebook, I have uploaded a file that has the information about your contact information, anything you might be allergic to, anybody you might want to room with. I have that form in the Facebook group, so you'll have to go there, get that form, and I just froze. Hold on. You can still hear me? Is that what you said, Eric? You can still hear me? Okay, so I can't see anything, but I'll go ahead and continue talking since you all can still hear me. But basically, you will be able to get your $25 fee back if we get off of the June 3rd weekend and you can't come, then therefore you can get your money back. But I just need to make sure that I'm not reserving a spot for 20 people and in true essence only 8 or 10 people are going to come, because then that would have to come out of my pocket and I don't have that kind of money just sitting around, you know. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this screen. The fact that it's frozen, I'm glad I have nothing else to show you, but I'll keep going. So let me go through the comments and I will see if you got any quilt related questions. We got any new quilters or anybody that just has a question about anything that's quilt related, just go ahead and pop it into the chat box and I'll try to read those. I'm going to go back just a little bit from where I sort of kind of stopped. Let's see. People were talking about the churn dash blocks. I'm just going to skip all of that. They're all beautiful. I really appreciate everybody that did those for us. Debbie says, when you get the blocks together and quilted, you'll make a very colorful burrito. Yes, I will. She calls me a burrito because when we go on trips, I always take my own quilt with me and I roll myself up into it on the beds. I never use their bedding in hotels. Sharon Davenport is here. She says, good evening from the deep northeast Texas. Please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Sharon, for coming into chat. Thank you for the reminder for them to hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. And then Eric says, is anyone going or have been to Missouri Star's birthday bash? I have been to a Missouri Star's birthday bash a few years ago. I have no idea why my camera is frozen. It just irks me. But they are nice, and they have like every day they'll have like certain type of deals that you can get each day. So I've gone to one where I stayed 2 days. I think I did a Thursday night and a Friday, but I think you'll do, and I don't think Thursday was part of the birthday bash back then. You might want to make sure you do a Friday and Saturday to make sure you get both days deals. They had Benartex there. I think it was Benartex. One of the fabric companies was there giving out little samplers on Saturday. She says, oh, your eyes closed. Not on the screen I'm looking at, they're not. But it's just stuck there. It's just weird. Let me see. Don is asking about the Churn Dash quilt where I don't see it. Love Churn Dash. They're actually sending in blocks to me for my birthday, and I'm just going to make like a Teaquilts quilt for it from those blocks, and then it's going to be a big Churn Dash quilt. Helen says, wow, Miss T, you got it. On the real. I love how you organize your rooms. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I try to use as much of it as I can. And it still is storage out of this room, but I try. Janet says, I have a remnant I bought at TGY in the 70s. It's still rolled up with their label on it the way I bought it. That's pretty cool. Sherry Mercurio, I don't know how you say your name, is here. She says, hi, 10, everyone. Welcome to chat. Sorry that my visual is not working right now. I'm glad I did all the showing. Oh, Joan did come back, so she got to see her block. That's awesome. I'm trying to skip some of these things. We've been on here for a while. Judy says, the crumb block I sent T last year had many fabrics in it that were 40 to 45 years old. For those that don't know, Janet Mackerel is my sister, and we are ancient sewers, laughing out loud. So a lot of people love the BAB rose. That's pretty cool. We got Bianca Duncan here. She says, hello, ladies. Hi, Bianca. Welcome to chat. Thank you for stopping in. Phyllis G is here saying hi, everyone. Eric says he can't go in June. Cheryl Land is here, says, hey, Quilt family. Sandra Ingstram is just joining. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to sign off. I'm still trying to read a few more. Disinfectant Spray says I'm going to try my best to attend. And then also the deadline for the blocks is, for your head count is August 31st, so that I can try to make a contract sometime in September, hopefully, or October at the latest. Trey says, looking forward to retreat. Got to go to work now, but talk to you guys next Wednesday. Good night, all. Bye, Trey. See you next time. Cherie says, I can relate to you not liking hotels. That's why I'm trying to get my husband to buy us an RV. That's why I don't travel much. Rhonda Barlow says, how do you deal with dust on the thread that you store on the racks? Does the thread fade from being in the light? And I do have dust on these threads. When I use them, I just go ahead and wipe them down. I'll keep a piece of batting in my room and I'll just wipe the thread so that all the dust will collect on the batting. As far as light, they're not in the way of any windows. I barely open the curtain behind me. So yeah, I don't have problem with the threads fading. And most of the threads that are out are either sulky embroidery thread or I want to say like Floriani thread. That's what's mostly out, but I don't have any problems with that. But that was a good question, Rhonda. Thank you so much. And I do want to probably take them off the wall just because I can use my wall better. Vicky says, I don't travel scared of getting bed bugs, yuck. And I do kind of sort of look for those as well. And I also spray Lysol as well. So a lot of you all are getting ready to go. I'm going to get ready to go too because we've been frozen for quite a while. Judy says, thank you, T. Your room looks great. Thank you so much, Judy. And Don says, what state would the retreat likely be in? It would be probably in Missouri or Illinois. And I'm trying to stay in the St. Louis metropolitan area because I want to visit the area quilt shops in this area. Maria Mayer says, bye. T, do we need a rental car on retreat? Can we use Uber? Depends on how you come in and when you're coming in. If I can, I'll try to pick people up from the airport. If not, you don't need a car for a retreat because I probably have enough people locally that can transport you on the shop hops. Darlene Farmer says good night. Elaine Doucette says thanks, T. Deborah Lovelace is here. She says, I'm late, but we'll watch from the beginning tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing your sewing room again. And then good night. So I will go ahead and end here because we're having so much difficulty with the technology. And I'm going to go ahead and end. And I will see you all next time. So bye-bye for now, everybody. And I just saw your comment, Dewana. She's saying get a plastic fitted sheet to put over the mattresses. So that's a good idea, too. She's talking about when you go on hotels. And that may not be a bad idea when you go on retreats as well. So we're going to go ahead and end just because you can't see me anyway. This is turned into a podcast. But I will see you all next Wednesday. And I have absolutely no idea what happened. So bye, everybody.